The government's investment summit may have wrapped up, but overseas interest in New Zealand is now predicted to ramp up. Figures obtained by 3 News show in the past 2 years, foreigners have invested more than $400 million in exchange for residency. But as Zane Small reports, with changes to the visa coming next month, an immigration lawyer expects that figure to increase significantly.
The government's Infrastructure Investment Summit was the Prime Minister's chance to showcase how he hopes to attract foreign cash to New Zealand.
From April the 1st this year, individuals who invest at least 5 million New Zealand dollars will be eligible for an active investor visa with a pathway to residency after 3 years.
That Active Investor Plus visa was introduced by Labour in 2022, but under the coalition government, from next month the rules will be relaxed, with no more English language requirement, fewer days the investor has to be present in the country, and more diversified investment options. Government figures we've obtained show that since the Active Investor Plus visa was introduced in September 2022, 103 applications have been received, 46 have been approved, and 30 have been approved in principle. The approved applications represent more than $400 million of investment.
With the expanded visa settings, that number of sort of 400 million is going to significantly increase under this program very, very quickly.
Sam Stubbs of KiwiSaver investment scheme Simplicity agrees that the changes will bring in more cash.
Now that you can invest $5 million in a New Zealand company, but only have to be here for effectively 3 weeks and 3 years, that's going to make a lot of people more interested in applying for this.
Doing this for at least 25 years now, and I don't think I can recall a change in investor visa settings which has created so much global interest.
But that's not the only change coming. From the 17th of March, the government is tightening visa access for migrant families with disabled children. Immigration Minister Erica Stanford said yesterday, in recent years, a spike in enrolments of children of temporary migrants in our schools has resulted in an increase in children from this cohort with very high learning needs. This has put significant strain on an already oversubscribed learning support system.
We need a government that prioritises issues like human rights when it comes to how we treat migrant workers, not just rolled the red carpet out with a wealthy few.
Less access for disabled migrant children while opening the door to wealthy investors.
So Zane, tell us more about how this visa change from April 1st will work.
Well, there will be 2 categories. Balanced will require a minimum 10 million investment over 5 years and can be lower risk. The growth category will focus on higher risk investments with a minimum of 5 million over 3 years. Now, I've heard from Labour's immigration spokesperson Phil Twyford, and he told me he's concerned that rich foreigners will simply buy a retirement bolt hole and put their money in low risk passive investments. However, the immigration lawyer I spoke to in my story told me about 90% of the new applications he's preparing are in the growth category. Interestingly, he said his concern is there won't be enough growth investments available to meet all the demand.